Gretchen, the Roche, the Christchurch Symphony Orchestra. Oh, it's probably La Roche. I'm probably pronouncing your name incorrectly. Sorry, Gretchen.
No, you're right.
I'm pronouncing your surname incorrectly.
No, you were dead right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, good morning. Well, like all of us here, the CSO loves this city, and we love the people that live here, and we love to share our music with our community. We realise that music doesn't repair roads, it doesn't rebuild houses or fix the sewerage. But music can contribute in a very real and meaningful way to the vibrancy and creativity of the city in which we live. It can also provide a moment of escape from things when they get pretty tough. And music can bring people together from all walks of life, from different parts of our community, all with the common purpose of having our spirits lifted. The CSO is really proud to be able to play a part in ensuring that Christchurch is a great city in which to live. And we do this both on and off the concert platform, connecting with 90,000 people each year through our broad annual program of concerts and community engagement projects. We're excited by the new emerging Christchurch and strive to reflect its increasing diversity in our own activities. But so are we actually walking the talk? Well, to answer that, I'd just like to give you a quick snapshot of what the CSO will be getting up to over just the next several weeks. We'll be performing 4 free concerts for 23 different primary schools from throughout the city. The concerts are titled Compose Yourself and are a fun look at how sound is made, how an orchestra works, and gives students an opportunity to take charge and compose an orchestral piece themselves by selecting melodies, harmonies and rhythms. We're presenting Rock Divas, featuring 2 of New Zealand's leading ladies of rock, Julia Deans and Anika Moa. Then we're back to the Air Force Museum for a concert featuring a piece for orchestra and live electronics, as well as a very special work commissioned by the CSO for Tanga Poro, a traditional Māori instruments and orchestra, performed by Ariana Takao, another outstanding New Zealand artist, also with her roots in Christchurch. And this concert will also be recorded and broadcast by Radio New Zealand and filmed and made available for free through the Centre for New Zealand Music in partnership with New Zealand On Air. But between all of that, we're squeezing in free public masterclasses by international violinist Susie Park, as well as finishing our current Baroque Festival, which is taking place in inner city churches currently. And I'm delighted to say we've sold out every concert in the festival, and I'm particularly grateful that you've conveniently scheduled our hearings today so I could come and share that news with you. But in addition to this type of concert-based activity, we also present our community engagement program. And last year, our musicians were involved in over 2,000 hours of community engagement, delivering more than 80 individual projects to over 15,000 participants. And thanks to generous sponsorship, we were able to offer these activities free of charge, ensuring that access to music is available for all. And in a new initiative this year, we're partnering with the Foundation for the Blind in what we hope will be an ongoing relationship. And we're also very much looking forward to following up on last year's pilot collaboration with Jolt, Christchurch's All Abilities dance company, with concerts later this year called Jolt Interactive. We're extremely grateful for the support of the Christchurch City Council and look forward to continuing to work in partnership with you. The message conveyed by the Council through their current financial support of the arts is a powerful one. It makes an unequivocal statement about the importance that the creative sector plays in contributing to a lively and dynamic city that people are proud to live in. We're excited about the future and eager to play our part in reflecting the energy, vitality and creativity that is Christchurch. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Questions? Comments? Tim?
Probably a really mundane one, and I love, and I always look forward when you're going to present, whether it's to a committee or whatever, because you're so busy and so enthusiastic, and you guys are doing so much, so thank you. Just with the schools, etc., coming to what you're doing, who covers that? Is it the education department or is it you guys?
You mean the transport to come to our concert?
Sorry. I know it's a mundane thing, but it's so important.
It's actually a very big issue right now.
Yep.
When we're doing those concerts where we've got the full orchestra together, it's free of charge to attend the concert, but the schools do have to pick up the bus costs. It's been a bit tricky for us actually to do the full orchestra concerts for that reason. Ideally, we'd love to be doing them in sort of some bigger venues around the city, so that ideally we can actually capture schools that can basically walk to them, and it's just a bit challenging at the moment. But we, as well as the full orchestra concerts, that's why we operate quite an active program of taking smaller groups into the schools, so they're not having to face that transport charge.
I'm just wondering if you're targeting schools in certain wards. I know my colleague Glenn mentioned to the previous speaker that, to come to the community board. Maybe that's something that you guys could come and talk to the community boards about, looking at some one of their funds,
right,
rather than the council in itself.
Okay.
But I never said that, obviously.
Yeah, no, obviously not, and I'll forget that as soon as I walk out of here. But that's a great suggestion. Thank you.
Raf.
Yeah, thanks, Gretchen, for that. In your submission, you say you'd like the CSO to perform once again in a fit-for-purpose concert facility. What would you see as a fit-for-purpose concert facility?
Yeah. Well, I guess when we're really talking about that, we are talking about something where the primary purpose is for orchestral and acoustic music, which is very different to the Sports Stadium or the Air Force Museum or even the Isaac Theatre Royal, which is really about more spoken word or amplified music. And for us particularly, venue capacity is really critical as well. So right now we're performing in the Air Force Museum, which has got a maximum capacity for us really around about sort of 870. So we're looking for something that's really the kind of place you want to go, and it's really setting orchestral music in the best light.
And what sort of capacity would you be looking at?
Well, we really feel that sort of anywhere around that sort of 1,500-ish number is good. It's compromises all around, we recognise that, but we can make, from 1,500 up is good for us. Under 1,500, that's a challenge, just from a economic point of view, but 1,500 plus is fine.
Thank you.
Vicky.
Just following on Tim's question, are any of those concerts you're providing for kids actually in venues in town? Are they at the Theatre Royal or any of those ones?
We've actually faced real challenges getting dates into the Isaac Theatre Royal, and just the cost makes it really tough. So we're actually doing this set of 4 concerts actually going to be in the Lunny Auditorium in the school. So we're often for these ones
just
we're having
outside.
to partner with schools.
I know where Vicky was going with that.
Oh, okay.
The free buses into town for coming back into the city. So if you get a venue in the city, you'll be. We could solve two.
I think
kill
you're
two birds
singing
with
our
one
song.
stone.
Sounds great.
Yanni.
I'm really disappointed to hear that about the Theatre Royal, as you'll probably be aware that council put considerable amount of funding into the Theatre Royal for it to be used as a temporary facility for the orchestra. So I think we need to get an urgent report on that. I'm really disappointed to hear that that's the case.
Yanni, I'm sorry, it's just kind of off the topic of the long-term plan.
Well, no,
please.
it's not, because it's
No,
around our funding.
It's not
and
in our
around
funding.
our arts and around getting a venue. So I guess the question is, do you think council needs to play more of a role around temporary central city venues for you, given the problems you're encountering?
I think actually probably for us at the moment it will come down a lot to what the council decides around the permanent concert facility, and therefore what the timeline might be around that. Because if we're talking sort of a few years, then we can probably soldier on. But if we're talking longer than that, then I think we would really need to be looking at a different plan for that interim period.
In terms of the cost of using the Theatre Royal,
Yeah.
if that's something that's prohibited to you, do you think we should be either considering giving you more funding to access it, or should we be talking to the Theatre Royal to reduce those charges so that you can access it?
Oh, yeah, that's an interesting one because, of course, it does open up then for all the users are probably going to be facing the same issues. I think for us the big challenge is that because it's so expensive putting an orchestra on the stage, that when we're in a small capacity, it means that the return is much more limited. So we have to bridge the difference between what we can make in box and the actual cost to stage the concert more. So no, I'm certainly not going to sit here and say that the council should not give us either more money or less money, because that of course helps us and we can do more with that. But I appreciate it fits into a big picture that you're looking at right now, and we'll be shortly doing so.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Perfect timing.
Thank you.
Cheers. The next item on the agenda, te runanga o ngā tahu,